Hello everyone, in this video we are going to have a lot of different stories and a lot of different news stories. Keep a critical mind as always. I will always try to put all the evidence and proof out there. If there isn't enough, then also you can search for yourself, but I will try to keep all those things out there for you guys. And as always, keep a critical mind and I hope you enjoy. So after the Q1 that Nijisanji recently had, the report that they recently put out, this month, they have a Q&A. They always have an investor Q&A. Both them and Hololive have it. So let's take a look at it. Measures to leverage overseas business. Suri, I would like to know when the decline in overseas sales will be halted and what measures you are taking to leverage your overseas business. Tazmi, this may overlap with what I just explained, but in terms of overseas VTubers, I think it's a time to work hard on restoring trust and preparing new content and support systems. Working hard in what way? What way have they worked hard? They have not worked hard at all. This is this little VTuber's opinion, but they have not worked hard at all to regain the trust of people towards their agency. Towards the VTubers, people never lost the trust in the VTubers themselves, but towards the agency above them, which is who you're actually giving money to, people don't trust them. And when people don't trust you as an agency, that's when you have a problem, because that is when you lose a lot of money. As a leveraging measure, we are working programmatic and musical activities, as well as content for distributing Nijisanji music content and events. Through such measures, I believe it is important to first work to rebuild a solid relationship of trust with our overseas customers as well. That's going to be hard, buddy. Just in my opinion, it's going to be hard. Q&A. Growth potential domestic and overseas VTubers business. Can you tell us how you see current growth and potential VTuber business in Japan and overseas? How do you see the current growth potential VTuber business, both domestically and internationally? They put Mrs. Tazmi. What is Mr. Tazmi? First of all, Japan VTubers are both celebrities and characters, so Japan doesn't have an issue. We would like to work on expanding the VTuber market by making efforts to approach content to a lighter audience through musical and programmatic activities, basically spreading the audience not just for people watching VTubers, but for people watching their other activities. In addition to content development, we are currently preparing overseas. We will also work to demonstrate a strong presence by implementing measures focused on strategic overseas countries and regions. So right here, they're just saying they're going to be going to different countries and regions. It's true in terms of overseas VTubers, but also domestic VTubers. They're going to try to do that. Then, of course, people show the performance summary. In light of the above, the first quarter of the fiscal year has been positioned slightly downside. I think the main focus will be on commerce. We will respond by setting merchandise. So they're just going to be going for merchandise, of course. Our current plan remains unchanged, and we plan to continue to build solid performance for the second quarter onwards with a focus on commerce. So they kind of gave up a little bit on the VTubing, it looks like. A little bit, just my opinion. Regarding studio expansion, we are in process of preparing a new studio to begin with operations in the fall. Plan is to triple the current size of the studio. We believe that the studio is a fundamental part of the various contents, so they're going to be increasing the studio. What are your criteria for timing and dividend payout ratio holds? Last time of our earnings announcement, we announced the company's shareholder return plan for the next 3 years. They're going to be returning approximately 30 billion yen in total over the next 3 years. So they're doing a lot. Another big expansion. 30 billion yen is a lot of money. Divide that by 100 and that's what you got. You got like 300 million that they're going to be giving back, somewhere around there, or like 200 to 300 million, somewhere around there. Dollars, US dollars, that they're going to be giving back in the next 3 years, from what it looks like, if I'm correct. Regarding cancellation of events, 2 events have been canceled and postponed this time. It was an overseas event that was canceled, but I think about the background and led to the cancellation. I think that if we had been a little bit more careful, we could have realized the risk of cancellation sooner. I think we need to continue to be a little bit more careful in our approach. They're trying to make it as kind of like a, they're trying to give priority to health recovery according to them, although they haven't shown it. We have released a statement saying that we are no longer able to provide attractive content. So they're kind of giving up on content to a certain extent. Currently, sales push of plush toys are extremely high, while sales of products such as acrylic stands, which have been our standard products for some time, have been somewhat subdued. Because of the changes, we have been taking measures to expand our lineup, so they're going to be doing more stuff there. Impact of discontinuing past video releases. This one is because of Yab. I knew it was going to happen. The whole Yab thing, when they started removing a bunch of videos and did that stuff because of the dude who mistreated, did a bunch of bad things to female livers. Recently, an external creator infringed on the rights of one of our VTubers, and as a result, past videos have been taken offline. In the future, when trying to gain new fans will not be able to refer to past videos, which will reduce their grip on the service. Do you have any thoughts on this and how to affect their business performance? They're saying here, we are taking measures Riku is saying, measures to keep the videos confidential. There's a lot of demand for these videos to begin with, so I think there will be some impact, but I think the impact on our business in terms of revenue will be minimal. Again, another negligible one. That's just saying this is negligible, but people aren't, the thing that's not negligible is the effect it had on a lot of talents. Talents actually came out and said that they were sad that a lot of things got removed. Talents came out either in their PLs or in their actual ones saying that they didn't like that this happened, that they're sad, but they hope they can continue moving forward. So it has affected a lot of people. It's not right that they did that, but they don't seem to care, at least. A certain singing ghost in the third generation of Nijisanji En, if you know, then you know, that's the best clue I can give you, is going on their PL and is talking about people. Says people really do be shameless enough to feel comfortable being complete and utter trash with other people on the internet. It's crazy. Yes, they are. Unfortunately, people on the internet are trash. A lot of times they can be very, very amazing people, like in my community, very amazing people on the internet. I've seen people in other communities that I'm a part of. I'm a part of various communities on the VTuber sphere, and they're amazing. But yes, the internet can be a cesspool, unfortunately. It's unfortunate and sad, really. Some people really think that because they're online, it doesn't harm others, or also anonymity too. Like, for example, ex-friends creating, Google Docs, that type of thing. Truly disheartening that online people with anonymity could disparage others, which rarely considers that behind every computer or phone screen, a person with feelings exists. Exactly. There's someone with feelings that exists behind those screens. And that's what I always think about. That's what I always push, because I know that there are people behind the scenes, behind the screens, who will hurt if I say something negative. So, of course, let's see what people say. It says, starting to believe that their contract must be phrased in a way that vague post ranting is the best they can do without risking getting into trouble and or said trouble being severe enough that it's not worth it. I mean, Mika couldn't even be 100% upfront with their own coworkers, so if they have stuff weighing on them, they can't even let it out behind closed doors because they probably get in trouble for that. Yeah, that's probably what happens. Yes, more vague posting, my favorite. VTubers and vague posting go together like peanut butter and jelly. That does happen a lot. I have been a person who has vague posted in the past. I regret that. I have been someone who's done it. I accept my faults in the past. I have vague posted in the past as a VTuber. Recently, in fact, I think it was like 6 months ago or so, I was vague posting about someone else and someone else vague posted about me, and then we finally fixed it. We hashed it out like adults, like you should always do, and we fixed things. But hopefully, whoever's treating her badly gets to fix it too. Another little meme going on around here, and they wonder why everything has gone downhill this year. Callie, Hololive accepts those who truly fit the company's image and knows their stuff. This is about Callie coming out and actively saying they look at your personality. They'll see if you're going to be catty or if you're going to be a part of the group. If you're going to be catty, you're not going to get in there. If you have past evidence of you being catty, like Google Docs and things like that, you're not going to be in there. Hololive accepts those who truly fit the company's image, and they do. Nijisanji just black stares. I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. Proceeds to hire people who did a ton of bad stuff in the past and have no experience with VTubing. They've done that in the past, in JP especially, and it seems like they don't have a good system of preventing that. Even Holo talents have had to deal with toxic fans and hate from parts of the community. And I'm glad that Hololive allows them to be open, unlike Nijisanji, where if you say anything, it seems like against Nijisanji, or even closely related to Nijisanji in a negative light, you get suspended in some cases, or you just disappear for a bit, or you get some kind of slap on the wrist. Hololive, as long as you aren't specifically saying anything that's NDA breaching, or saying F Hololive, that kind of stuff, then they'll be fine. Let's see what Ao-kun has to say, which is part of Regloss. Here we go.
ラデンちゃんの話から出したので先に番長待ってやっぱ順番に言おう。ラデンちゃんカットされてるセリフがあるんでこれはちょっとみんなにも聞いてほしいんであれなんですけれども、ラデンちゃんがやめなくてよかったってラデンちゃんがたくさん悩んできたことは知っていて、ラデンちゃんがうわもうダメだってなってる時にね、何時間も電話したね。でたくさん話聞いたけど、でもやっぱリグロスにラデンちゃんがいないなんて誰も想像できないですから、もちろん誰がかけてもダメだけど、ラデンちゃんがうわちょっとラデンちゃんがもうダメだってなってる時に頑張って止めてよかったなって本当にうわちょっと待って、僕たち良くも悪くも全然ホロライブっぽくないリグロスですが、特に僕とラデンちゃんはちょっと似た者同士感あるんで、ちょっとあんまりホロライブっぽくないなって言われ続け、お互いそれに悩んだ2人ですが、特にね、みんなそうだとは思うんだけど、特にそれでお互い悩んできて、ラデンちゃんが悩んだ時にたくさん話を聞き、僕が悩んだ時もラデンちゃんが一番最初に声をかけてくれて、相互関係ですよ。僕が手紙にも書いたんですけど、目標として、やっぱりリグロスみんなでやっていけるリグロスちゃんが楽しいなって手放しで喜べる環境を作っていきたい、そう思って頑張っていくよみたいなことは、それが目標だよって書いたんですけど、 マジラデンちゃんがあんな手紙書いてると思ってなかったから、僕がそれ書いたのはもう誰も辞めたいとか辛いとかもう言わない環境をどうしても作りたくて、もう楽しいもう。
See, that is one of the negative things that happens in communities. Hololive has built a certain look, a certain way of them doing things. People expect a certain amount of things. Everyone knows. At least they should know. VTubers are going to be different. Every single human being is going to be different. They're going to be people who, what Hololive wants is them to play to their strengths. Is people like Ao-kun, people like Raden-chan, to play to their strengths. They have their strengths. Raden is an amazing chatter. She is energetic in her own way. She talks about her own things that she's doing. So does Ao-kun. Ao-kun is just more of like a cool, laid-back, chill type of vibe. Not so much a girly type of vibe. And I guess that's why people find it a little weird when Hololive. But they each have their strengths and they play to it. And it's sad to see that at some point, anybody, whether they be Hololive or Nijisanji, because of fans saying, oh, you don't fit here, you don't belong, they feel like they should leave or they feel like quitting. That is a shame. That should never happen. I'm not saying this because it's Hololive. I've heard of it as well when it comes to Nijisanji. When people are being too mean on Denoth or too mean on TTT, all that type of stuff. I say do not, I always say this, do not go against the liver themselves. Go against the agency if you don't like it. If you don't like what the agency is doing, do not take it out on the livers. At least that's just my opinion. You can do as you want. I'm not your daddy. I'm not your anybody's parent or anything like that. It's just, it seems kind of mean and kind of, it doesn't go anywhere if you do that. So that's why I tend not to like. As I covered previously in other portions of my videos and other videos that I've done, McDonald's Japan has been doing collabs with VTubers, because remember, VTubers are huge over there in Japan. Over here in the US, I don't think McDonald's could ever do that because we're still niche over here in the US. Over there in Japan, they're pretty much a part of culture. It says from 7 p.m. Monday, September 16th, Hololive VTuber Hololive Pekora will be doing a Tsukimi delivery stream. Why don't we all enjoy moon viewing with McDonald's delivery? Collaboration with Pekora-san. Will always eat Tsukimi family. It's a dream come true. And that is just two things of the same one, showing the full McDonald's Japan, showing that's from McDonald's Japan. And of course, we had a lot of people, I'm not going to show here, but you had a lot of people, of course, the regular ones that you see on Twitter, being crazy about, oh my God, do you know that McDonald's does this? Do you know that McDonald's does that? Do you know that McDonald's supports this organization and that and that and that? The Twitter people will always be this way. Of course, Pekora always love Moon. Hey, Muna. Hey, Muna! She always does that. Pretty sure it's only for McDonald's Japan, but I'd like to check out my local to see. Incoming Niji sister's gonna make statements like what they did to Nijisanji girl months back. Of course. Does McDonald's make Tsukimi cake? Nani? They do Tsukimi burgers every September. Considering that's just an egg plus burger patty, why don't we all get it? No sausage, egg, and McMuffin does not count. Only time I had something similar in Canada was when they made an international flavor. It was under Australia. So if you get like an egg McMuffin, let's just say you get an egg McMuffin. So like, I don't know, egg McMuffin with a burger patty, see if you can get that, or just make a burger patty, get an egg McMuffin, make a burger patty at home, and then you got it. You got it, I think. So that's gonna be good. But I also want to show you guys this before we stop with the Pekora thing. Of course, someone made this. Someone made a meme in response to the Japanese Mickey D's X account. It's of course, bruh, look who at McDonald's. Speaking Pekora, of course. Just wanted to show you that just to show that even though there are negative things happening on Twitter and negative responses to the thing on Twitter, there are people memeing it up as they should be. Riku, or Dyarikku, recently is having their first solo cover release. It's gonna release on the 17th, 12 p.m., 6 a.m. CST. So this is the bit of the teaser for what's happening there. And of course, people love teasers. People absolutely love teasers. But who are they? They recently have done something for Bao, which is rigging Bao's chibi model. So they're the person who rigged Bao's chibi model because they are an artist and Live 2D rigger. So they have done a lot of things. You can see their art here. They're things that they've done. They have, this is the plague mask for them. This is their full model here. And this is a big step usually for anyone, especially, you know, they do regular VTuber stuff. They do regular VTuber streams and everything like that. But having a solo cover release is expensive. If they are the ones doing their own art, it's still expensive because you have to have someone animate it. You have to have someone do the, if you're not good with audio design, like I'm not good, I have no clue about audio design, you have to pay someone to do that. Someone to mix your audio and make sure your levels are good and make sure everything is working properly. And that is something that is hard to do. And I look forward to seeing their first solo release and, you know, just giving you guys a bit of an update on what's going on their end. In a bit of independent VTuber news, we have Takahata, who I've watched and seen because of other streamers that I've watched, like Kokui and such. They've been on his show, they've been on his streams. He did an interview recently. VTuber Takahata talks meeting his heroes and fighting his avatar. We have it right here on Jackson. It is updated 9.10. Curtis Takahata 101. Arnott is one of the most iconic voices on the internet. No surprise, Takahata's transition to the VTuber scene came naturally. VTubers are some of the most unique talents in the streaming industry. Basically, some VTubers are already creating content before donning their digital avatars. There are a lot of people doing that recently. Fiznom is, I think, one of them as well. Is a veteran of the YouTube scene, gaining accolades well before VTubing even became a thing. Founding member of Team 4-Star, creating Helsing Ultimate Abridged. Oh, so he created Team the Helsing Abridged and things like that. So he's done things before, a lot of things. And he talks about how becoming a VTuber changed the outlook, if at all. The person said it's been feeling that, and I don't have to worry about how I look physically. That helps a lot. Yes, you can be a Quasimodo like myself and still stream. Or if I look tired, or if I'm wearing the right clothes, or if my hair looks messy, I'm just able to go onto the show and perform, and there's a certain freedom from that. The space itself is filled with thousands of different people, many of them uniquely talented. For many of them, this is the first kind of content they have ever made, so there are a lot of people still figuring out the best way of interacting. And they go for more questions like biggest difference between making stuff 10 years ago versus now, that are viable, also potentially necessary for brand and content distribution. Yeah, you have to do a lot of things. Patreon, direct support have made certain potentials possible. Algorithm changes constantly, as well as from a 2-hour video being as viable as a 15-second video. You know, all these things like shorts can become very viable nowadays. They weren't that way 10 years ago. Independent VTuber has gotten easier or harder. About the same. Biggest change is availability of different model makers and riggers. Yes, you can get more rigs, you can get more models, you can get more things like that. It's just, but it is very, very competitive and is very, very full of people. So it is become a lot more full. Yes, a lot of people have left, but there's still a lot more people coming in. PNG tubing has also become more of a viable option. So there's a lot of options for people. Dream guest for, unfortunately, I do not think I have a dream guest because it's the Weary 101 is where his talk show that he has as a VTuber. But I have a much better answer for you when it happens. Even though you're a VTuber now, who's Takahata's favorite flesh streamer? Don't really have one. Basically, they go through a lot of stuff. The Helsing Abridged. You can see everything that they've done here. You can see everything that they have gone through, you know, like it's Helsing Abridged, Imperfect Cell, things from Dragon Ball Z Abridged and things like that. But yeah, take a look if you want. I'm just covering this because it is big for them to be put on an actual, you know, platform like this. VAllure, the agency who has been a little bit on the Unsay-So side and SFW side, they put those on Patreon though, but they've been getting in trouble recently with ASMRs on YouTube with the way that things have been going there. YouTube is just getting extremely strict with ASMRs overall, and it has been something that has hit both IRL streamers, but a lot more in the VTuber space. At least we're hearing about it a lot more in the VTuber space. We're currently looking to hire script writers, so gonna be hiring script writers for an adult-oriented scripts. And they put that in bold because they don't want just regular scripts, adult-oriented scripts. With 1,000 to 1,500 word count for talent audios. People are already familiar with the type of content we create are preferred. So, like I said, they keep their adult-oriented stuff on Patreon. They keep it behind a paywall because that would never be allowed on YouTube or Twitch for that matter. So here is their jobs website that you can go to. The VAllure-agency/jobs. It's a .com website. Script writers write scripts recorded by talents for Patreon audios. They've already hired artists, graphic designers, thumbnails, assets, etc. Highlight editors create highlights normally around 10 minutes in length for talent streams. As I mentioned before, they had been hiring for that a while back, maybe like 2 weeks ago or so. I would think 2 weeks or maybe more. I do so many videos sometimes I don't realize. Managers, talent managers, do not contact us to apply for them. We will be under hiring for these positions. Never be hiring for the positions. Oh, so they're never going to be hiring for managers and talent managers. For partner clippers, they also did this recently. Shorts editors, same thing. They're not currently hiring for these, so they already have everyone they need. But script writers, if you can write spicy scripts for spicy audios for their Patreon side, then go ahead and apply. NAF24 from Aniera, Japan is going to be having a special stage of a special concert. They're saying Aina Aiba, which is a voice actress, Aina Aiba, she is going to be there on the stage along with 2 of 774 Inc.'s talents, Akane Kana with a C-A-N-N-A. She debuted on the 2021. She's a part of 774 Inc., company's branch group Hyoku no Crosspiece. And then you also have, beyond, you know, Aina, right here, you also have the last one, which is Nemo Suzumiya. Nemo Suzumiya is also a female Japanese virtual library with 774 of Hiyoko no Cross Piece as well. They both debuted around the same time. They're V-singers. They are virtual idols in general. And 774 Inc. is one of the companies I do follow. And I do follow what they're doing, which is why this came into right in front of me. I don't know everybody that's there, of course, which is why I looked them up on the wiki and give you guys a little bit of understanding of who they are. And it's going to be a special collaboration that transcends dimensions has come true. What kind of stage will it be? It could be singing. It could be just, chatting, maybe a meet and greet or a question and answer type of thing. I'm going more for the voice actress and that kind of thing. Maybe the voice actress is going to be the MC, and the other ones are going to either be singing or they're going to be doing some kind of Q&A. I tend to go more towards singing, but who knows what it's going to be? We won't know until it pops up. I have covered V4 and their new Voltail 4th generation of EN side. They are doing a really good job of advertising them, at least by using Minecraft in this case. Minecraft has always been popular. It's super popular. It's going to remain popular for the foreseeable future. Now they're having a Minecraft contest. Design and create building a Voltail village for a chance to have it immortalized in the official V4 SMP Minecraft server, plus a chance to win debut merch. Voltail Village switches to creative mode tomorrow at noon, where you'll be in the top 3. So they're doing creative mode, so people can create whatever they need to do without having to actually go and, get the blocks, because that could take hours to get enough blocks. Some of these freaking things are like 1,000 blocks, or, if they're very intricate, they can be 1,000 blocks, hundreds of blocks, thousands of blocks. This can be a huge thing, a huge undertaking, even with creative mode. I've created some very intricate things when it comes to intricate mob farms with creative mode. Even then, it has taken me hours to create it in creative mode. It can take days in regular mode just to get the stuff that you need for it. So I'm glad they did this. And what I'm talking about when I say that they have advertised themselves well is that before this, they had a scavenger hunt where fans can go into the V4 SMP server and go and search for, within a certain time period, of course, because they're not going to be there all day. But they can go and search and find and try to find each one of the girls here. And that was a wonderful thing to do because it brings fans of V4 in there, and it brings fan engagement. It makes them maybe fall in love with the creative side of each of the talents, with the personalities of each of the talents, and then maybe create a new Oshi there. It's very well made, very well done. A good idea from a smaller agency, not the size of Hololive or Nijisanji. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of all sizes in order to give something back to the wonderful community that has given so much to me. A bit of a paying it forward, sharing the love, showing the love to all small VTubers. We have here, which I am a part of. I'm part of small VTuber community. So we have Pepper, Piper, Permit, VTuber Librarian, T-Holic, Yen, all these things here. PFP by Goad, Art by Piper Art, Memes by Meme Permit. So here we go. Did the schedule thing for this week. So they did a schedule thing. They stream every couple of days. And of course, look for the schedule in Twitter if you want to know when they stream. About them. My name is Piper Permit. You can just call me Piper. I'm a loner librarian VTuber. It's a pleasure to meet you, a variety streamer who has a major interest in voice acting, books, anime, Japanese language learning, also a big fan of the podcast, Trash Taste, and will always happily engage in conversation about them. Trash Taste is a big podcast, yes. So I do understand a lot of people will be interested in that. Here we have her playing Signalis. Let's take a look.
I've taken, what is it? Physics before. I took EP physics in high school. So
I did too. Oh, God.
These are called thingamabobs.
Yes.
And they use ohms and stuff. These are
doodads.
Red doohickeys.
Ah, so they're doohickeys. I made a mistake.
Do electricity stuff. And these are holes, square holes. And
they hold square long pieces. And here we have her on her YouTube channel. She has 1.26k subscribers, and she does primarily, from what it looks like, shorts with some videos here in far between. But primarily it seems like it's a short one, which is fine. Shorts are a really good way of growing your channel when you're small. So, of course, I'm so glad that you allowed me, and I do appreciate you allowing me to do this with the VTuber Showcase. Thank you for being a part of it. I do hope that this helps you grow. Thank you so much for watching. That is all the news that we have for today. Please let me know down below if you want to know any more news, or if you have any comments regarding anything that you saw here, which I will try my best to respond to. I love seeing your comments down below. Of course, as well, like and subscribe to the channel. That will give you more information every single day. I do 2 videos a day, so hopefully you enjoy.